1 week ago, neighbors near this Kingston beach first saw the grounded tugboat.
I really felt like maybe the next day on the next high tide they would have a tug out here and pulling it off the beach.
When that did not happen, Rick Butzberger and wife Lynn began to worry.
About the wildlife, nature, how long is it going to last?
It led to them documenting almost daily.
This is the first day we went down to look at it.
His photos show debris and fuel floating in the water.
What this fuel would affect would be the gooey ducks and the clams and the crabs.
He began contacting elected officials and letting neighbors know what he was learning, that contractors had already removed about 100 gallons of oily water and a couple of gallons of fuel. There was a tank of fuel they could not reach on this 186-ton tugboat. It was built in the 1940s and has had a number of owners. Most recently, a couple had been living aboard, according to state records. And this vessel has been under review since 2019, with Department of Natural Resources posting a notice of intent to obtain custody under the Derelict Vessel Removal Program. A DNR spokesperson says the process to do that was slowed by the pandemic, and before DNR could take action, the tugboat ran aground. Right now, Department of Natural Resources is considering a couple of options. They could either lift this large vessel onto a barge or break it into pieces so they can move it out of here.
We had strong, several days, I think, of north wind.
Weather has been one of several obstacles.
They have to think about how half of the fuel is still on board.
That's why it's a careful mission, one that has neighbors here watching closely. In Kingston, Adley Swaby, King 5 News.